Eden 501, it's not a good alternative to the classic gravel cleaners. Actually, all the electric gravel cleaners aren't a good option, and I will explain why in this video. However, I will still present you this model because it still has some unique advantages, and one time, when nothing else helped, even saved me with an impossible task. Stay until the end to find out how. This model is basically a modified external canister filter. So how does it works and how can you make the best out of it? It has two different diameter tubes. First of all, you just insert the hose in the smaller tube. For the larger tube you need this black connection, but if you have a nano aquascape, you can use the smaller one right away. I have a bigger fish tank, so I will use the large tube. In the box we also have this mount. With it we can hang our gravel cleaner to our fish tank glass. And this black plastic will put some distance between the filter and the aquarium, so it will reduce vibrations and the noise. Sorry for the bad video quality. Unfortunately, I forgot to switch from 1080p to 4K resolution. It also comes with these rubber thingies. I don't know how to call them in English. You just plug all of them in and place it like a regular filter on the cabinet near the tank. As a filter, this Eden is very silent. I even have one in the room where I sleep. This suction cup is for the output hose. Use it to secure the hose on the glass. To open up the canister, you first need to push the orange button and slide this bar right. Sometimes it's difficult to open the lid. Having hard time here. I think I have to go to gym or something. It has a very nice and strong O-ring, so no worries. It won't ever leak and flood your room. I will show you how to make it better. For instance, by replacing this crappy sponge and other tricks. The filter also has this clear air tube that will help to evacuate the air from the canister. The provided sponge is on the exit compartment of the canister. The other room, where the water enters first in the filter, is empty. So what I like to do is to add there a coarse sponge, just like this one, that is designed to collect bigger debris. As you can see, I made a cut on the sponge and made a small admission room here, where the water comes in the canister. Unless you do this and you add a square sponge, all the dirt will build up in a smaller area, will clog the intake of your gravel cleaner and will limit badly the water flow. Cut your sponges this way and you will thank me later. By the way, if you find this useful, smash that like button for me and I'll make more similar materials in future. Under the coarse sponge, you can add a thinner one or filter floss, just like me. In the second compartment, where the water exits the filter, if you have some fine sponges that you can spare, are much better. These ones are from a Biomaster pre-filter. You can even do like me and cover them in filter floss. This way, I think the water will be better polished. Let's see the water circuit. It comes inside from here, past the coarse sponge first, then the fine media, and then leaves the canister. Clean, or at least it is supposed to be clean, but you will see if it really does that. I will show it now at work. To get it going, first open this small lid. Put in some aquarium water, just like so. Fill it nicely with water. Close the lid and then plug it in. That's all you need to do to get it going. You can see now it's sucking water from here and putting water out right there. This is the flow. A nice flow considering that I used fine sponges. Until all the air goes out, it makes a little noise. Don't be scared about that. Let's see how you can vacuum the substrate with this tool. The real problem with this gravel cleaner, and all the electric ones for that matter, is that they stir up the substrate. Maybe they release some ammonia in the water column and other nasty things. And apart from removing decaying matters, fish poo, leaves and other kinds of organic waste, they don't filter the bad chemicals from the water and not even fine debris. I saved some water to show you the quality of the water that gets out. You can see the water is not completely clean. Still have some fine particles inside and a slight tint, unlike the fresh tap or RO water. This is why I prefer the classic ones that eliminate the nasty water as well. But this one saved me once, in a critical situation, as you will find out in this video. It's also very useful if you can't afford to replace the water. Maybe you have reverse osmosis water that you need to save up, or you don't have time for a proper water change. So this one has its own advantages. I also have another video about the classic gravel cleaners and even a do-it-yourself one that I will leave you in this video description and also as an end screen. Just like in a normal vacuum cleaner, if you want the gravel to return to your aquarium, just pinch or twist the hose. You can see the cyanobacteria, it's starting to show. So I will take that out with the gravel cleaner. Not much dirt to show you, unfortunately. I'm quite obsessed with substrate siphoning, so mine is clean. So you really need to trust my word when I say that Eden 501 is quite efficient for this job. But now I will present you the second downside of this type of gravel cleaner. Good. And see how much dirt these sponges manage to keep. It's a lot of dirt here. Less in these sponges. Some in the container, but like I said, I clean my gravel quite often. This is probably the worst thing about this method. After each use, you need to thoroughly clean the sponges and let them dry out, otherwise they will stink. And now as a bonus. This was that one time when Eden Gravel Cleaner saved me. You can see this huge fish tank. It was neglected for a few years. Sadly, the fish were getting sick. So, the owner asked for my help. The sump was quite clogged. Tons of gunk and organic matter accumulated inside it and started to create problems. So, in order to clean the sponges, I needed to vacuum it out. However, with the sump on the floor, I couldn't use a normal siphon. This is where an electric one was mostly useful. I really can't believe it. I never thought this is possible. Mud in a fish tank sump. Despite using a ton of filter floss, the water that came out of the canister wasn't clean, so I preferred to throw it away. With patience and a lot of work, I managed to get all that gunk out. Next step was to clean the sponges well, and then place them back in the sump. The biological filter media will be next. But most likely that will be another video. Subscribe to my channel so you won't miss it out. And until then, check out this video about the best filter out there and the classic gravel cleaners. Click fast!